Good morning,
Morning!
with a lot of wind and a lot of background noise. Today we are going to attempt Epic Universe once again. But this time we already have the tickets, so I think we're good. I think that it's also going to be a rainy, cloudy day today because I'm having my hair down. And that is something that I cannot do normally because it's too hot. And it also looks very cloudy. And we are just walking to the main building for some breakfast. And after that we are once again going to order ourselves a lift. And we are heading to Epic Universe. I'm so excited. Hopefully it won't be too crowded. The normal Universal parks were okay yesterday, but Epic is new, so hopefully it won't be too busy. But we will...
Hope so.
I hope so too. But first we need to pick ourselves some breakfast and then we are on our way. We are in Epic Universe and it looks pretty cool. And then he's going to walk through water. And we are probably going to start off at the Monsters Universe because that is basically the least crowded area right now. So everyone is headed for the big ones, like Ministry of Magic, Stardust Racers and all that kind of stuff. So we are heading over to the Monsters because that is not that busy right now. And I'm so excited to see what it looks like. Everything looks amazing. Let's head into the first portal. So we have done the first universe, which was the Monsters universe.
Love the Frankenstein ride.
Yeah, the Frankenstein ride was only like a 10-minute wait, which I don't know why, because it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, but now it's only 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's insane. Like, I'm not sure why people don't want to ride it, but that was basically the first ride that we did, and it was pretty cool.
I was a little bit scared.
It was a little bit scary though, yeah. Definitely watch your children if you go in that, because it can be a bit spooky. And after that we also managed to do Curse of the Werewolf, but that was like an hour wait, and the ride is very short. It is fun, but it's very short. And now we are making our way over to the Ministry of Magic, but we are not going to go on that ride because it's a 120-minute wait. I'm not gonna do that, but I definitely want to see the Harry Potter themed area, so we're just going to browse around a little bit, and we are going to skip the ride for now. Maybe we can do it later on in the day when we have a little bit of spare time. The weather, ooh, that is coming our way.
It's coming at Thunderstorm.
I'm scared, but hopefully later in the day the waiting times will drop. Not sure if that's going to be the case, but fingers crossed. But first we're just going to take a look what else the Harry Potter wizarding universe has in store for us. See you there! Oh, bigger.
Ooh, bigger.
Bigger, sir. I won. Because I got the star. We're basically shop hopping because it's raining endlessly. I got booze. Danny bought me booze. My boo bought me booze. But there's everything, like Yoshi hats, Super Mario stuff, Isle of Berk stuff, like everything you could possibly want. They have it in the store. So, not good for our wallets, but we're not getting wet, so that's for sure. I'm gonna show you some cool stuff that I see. What do we have? Like Donkey Kong Country mugs, blankets, like everything. So cool. Look at it. Nice. They even got adult Yoshi slippers. Like, they're so soft. Oh my god. And so cute. Popcorn!
Misschien even even kijken naar...
So we still have a slight drizzle. And I'm squinting my eyes because the sky is still very bright, even though it's raining. But we decided to go to another land. Oh, I'm wearing boo ears. Hello, my boo bought me booze. I think we're making our way over to Super Mario Land because I can see it over there. And hopefully we get to do some stuff because it's been pretty busy, especially the indoor rides. Because of the rain, everyone is just heading inside and the waiting lines are like 120 minutes. So yeah, that's a lot. But we are going to play Super Mario. You ready? So we finished Mario. We played all the levels. We won.
Finished, done, dead.
Finished the game.
Done, dead.
No, we managed to do Mario Kart at like the Bowser kind of thingamabob, and also Donkey Kong's minecart, which were both like over an hour wait, but it was such a cool land. There was so much to do, so much stuff going on, like colors, sounds. It was a lot. So right now we are going to find something to eat, and after that hopefully we get to ride Stardust Racers, because that is something that is high up on our list. I cannot speak anymore. I'm so tired. So hopefully the waiting times drop a little bit during dinner time, and then I think we're going to finalize it with Stardust Racers.
I think maybe something in.
Oh, we can also head back to Isle of Berk.
Yeah.
Because we went over there a little bit. We had a Spitfire cone, which was amazing, but the weather was so bad that I was not able to film. Like in Super Mario Land, the weather was also bad, so some things are filmed on my phone, hence the change of quality probably. But with Isle of Berk, it was such bad weather, it was pouring. So hopefully we get to do that again, and we can see a little bit of that. But first we need to eat something, because it has been a while. So we just did Stardust Racers.
It was awesome.
It was so cool. It's so fast, and we know fast because we have done the Taron in Phantasialand multiple times, and that one is the fastest of Europe, I think.
It was.
I guess, not 100% sure, but this one is next level. It's so fast, it's so cool, and we're glad that we got to do it, because we still have like half an hour before the park closes, and it is dry, so we are heading over to Isle of Berk, because I also want to show you guys what that isle looks like, because we've only seen it in rain. So, my friends, get ready for the Dragon Universe.